Welcome back to the channel. A couple weeks ago, maybe even a month ago, went through an old ghost town. So I found the landowners and got permission to metal detect on the property. But what I did find out was where the old jail was. I was showing you guys the old broken down jail. There's a street, a road that goes right between the bank and the jailhouse. So the jailhouse it's all tongue and groove, so it's early, it's 1900. Alright, see if we can maybe ease in here. Y'all listen for rattlesnakes now. If you hear a rattlesnake, you tell me. There's, I don't know if you can see that right there. Big heavy bars on the window. And then, see if we can see the inside of it here. Unfortunately, it's they've just let it fall down. I don't know if you can see. There's a concrete floor and brick. This is all tongue and groove. For those of you that don't know what tongue and groove is, I'm going to show you real quick. That would be the tongue right there where that comes up. Okay, and then the groove obviously is what that fits in. So when you hear people talk about old tongue and groove board, that's what it's going to be. And what it does is it sets in there and makes a lap right there, so it'll seal up. Now whether this was a makeshift jail or whether it was the jail, I don't know. But I do see a red wasp. And these old wild rose vines are notorious for housing red wasp. And we don't want to get stung by a red wasp, or stung by anything for that matter. So I'm going to gently bring you over here to the side. I am looking for rattlesnakes. So but there's the bars on the window. Look at that. See that? Look at that. That's crazy, ain't it? There's some back here. Ooh, spiders. Ouch. Thorns. I hope you guys appreciate this. Oh. Hope nothing jumps out at me. Looky. You see that in there? Look at that. That is crazy, isn't it? Oh. Well, I've always heard the good Lord protects children and fools. Which one am I? So there's another look in the jail. All right, I'm gonna try to get around to the back side real quick, and we'll look at the steel doors. Y'all bear with me now. So, look at this big door. Get away, spiders. I don't like spiders and snakes, but that ain't what it takes to make you love me. I'm sorry. It's been a long weekend, okay? So, look at here. Man, look at that. All that steel. This must have been just like a temporary stockade or something. I don't know. There's concrete over there on the corner. But that's what everybody in the town says. This was used as the jail. There's some more concrete where that tree fell over. But man, that is awesome, isn't it? That is so awesome. Look at that. Got a thorn. So this actually right here where you see this depression at, I don't know if you guys can, the camera probably doesn't show it, but I'm walking down. So this right here was an old road bed that came down through here and went right on down the street, and then there was another street right here behind the bank there was another street that used to come down through here. I don't know if you can see that or not, but the landowner told me that there used to be a building next to the bank, and then there was a street that came down here, and I think there was, the way it went, the street kept going back that way, and then this turned off and went down to another street. Anyways, I thought that was really cool, and I thought you guys might want to see that. And so yeah. It's all about finding relics. And this is truly a relic that's going to be gone in just a couple more years, and nobody will ever know it was here, except for a few brick, maybe a piece of tin. I'm actually on a road trip. I'm on my way home, and I was coming through the town, and I wanted to stop because I did gain landowner permission. I promised you guys we were going to look at the bank, and so I'm going to walk across the street, and we're going to go over to the bank. We're going to look inside. Maybe there's some treasure. Okay, let me grab my stuff. Grab my metal detector here. So I've got my detector. Got my Garrett AT Max. I've got a 5x8 coil on here because there's so much iron and so much trash. Have not found any good signals, and I'm not so sure that this hasn't been detected before. The landowner says that since he's owned the property, he's never given anybody permission to metal detect it. But that doesn't mean that somebody prior or before him didn't have permission, or just came out on their own accord and did the wrong thing and go detecting without permission. So I'm easing through here gently. Alright. And the landowner, by the way, super nice guy. I mean, absolutely. Well, I spent an hour talking to him the day I went to get permission from him, and just a wonderful, wonderful gentleman. And he told me that his dream was, at the time, was to revitalize the little town and see if they couldn't get it back up to where people could come and visit and that kind of thing. So I'm going to set my stuff down right here. Okay. All right. Whoop, 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 whoop. Don't go anywhere. All right. So I'm in the bank. And look what I found. It's a safe. Look at that. Ooh. Look at the safe. Should we? Oh, look at that thing, man. They even had design on it there. Ooh. Look. Boy, that thing's rusted up bad, ain't it? Oh, man. Looks like somebody got all the money. There's no money in it. Oh well, it's worth a try. Let's look up here. You know, the roof's gone on it. It's just very sad. They were trying to, you see some 2x4s up here where he was trying to stabilize it. And he put some rafters up here. He was going to try to put a roof on it. And it just got away from him. And he wasn't able to see his dream come true. And I guarantee you, if I found a chest full of coins out here in this old town, or just buried treasure, after I documented it, I would take it to him and I would watch him rebuild this bank for other people to enjoy, generations to enjoy. It's just sad. It's a shame that it takes so much money to do things like this. The only thing he ever found in the bank, they were moving a countertop or a counter, and they found an old silver coin. But he told me that he wanted this for everybody to enjoy. Now, he doesn't want people coming in here, even though I've got permission, and it is very dangerous. The roof could collapse at any time, and I don't even have a hard hat on, so I got a hard head, but not a hard hat. So plus the floors, I don't know, I'm gonna show you this real quick. I don't know if you guys can see down in there or not. Let me pick this up. Can you see where the, you know, that poison ivy, can you see where the floor is collapsing right here? Let's see if I can get you over here. See where the floor is kind of collapsing? All of that concrete is starting to give way. And if you guys remember in the video of the old mercantile store, how they had the concrete runners and then they had the boards across them, this building was built by the same people that built the town. And so underneath this is like a crawl space that you can't really crawl under. It's just a concrete runner with boards, pier beams across it, so you got to be really careful. So he didn't want anybody coming in here. It's only open for 3 years. We don't know, there's no information on why it closed down. There's no information on why the town didn't survive. But I want to show you the bank vault, okay? It's all handmade brick, you know. So it's probably made from South Georgia red dirt, red clay, and there was probably a brick factory somewhere close, because typically that's what they did. So let's look inside. Oh, look at that. This big concrete roof. Now, I really would love to go in here and metal detect the floor, but it is a concrete floor. So I know it's not going to do any good because it's not dirt, but there's a lot of iron and trash down in here. So anyways, and they had plaster, like they had plaster up on the walls, like you see over in the corner. They would have plastered it. Look at how they laid the design on the arch. I don't know if you can see that or not, but the arch, the brick goes like that, and then it's layered like that. So yeah. And then I want you to see the design. Remember, if you guys look back at the other video, you remember the design that was out on the front step or on the bank entrance. This is the same hand-laid tile is out on the front porch of the bank. And a bunch of old jars and cups here, but those are not that old. Some old, look at that, I don't know. Old piece of china. Maybe this was the break room. I know, it's kind of lame. Look at the pattern. Can you see the pattern on that piece of china all the way around it? It's pretty neat. I don't know, do you guys recognize that, you recognize that maker's mark? Looks like maybe an A and an H or something in there. I'm not sure. It's definitely old. It's got a lead look to it when you hold it up to the sun. It's kind of, that could be 1930s. Look at this jar. This is just a screw lid mayonnaise jar here. No, it's a Kerr. Look, it's a Kerr mason jar. Self-sealing. Registered U.S. Patent Office. Look, we did find some treasure. Doesn't have a date on it that I could see, but so there's you some plates and some glasses. It's pretty neat. Look. Oh, look, a cookie cutter. That is an old 1920s or 1930s cookie cutter or biscuit cutter. That's what they would push down in there and they would make biscuits. Look at this one. Oh, look at that. That one's kind of neat looking, isn't it? All right, enough of that. So here's the front. There's an old adding machine or typewriter. And look at that. Isn't that pretty? You know, this would have been, I mean, for the 1900s, just a beautiful, beautiful bank. And then there would have been glass right across there that said Exchange Bank on it, all that pretty stuff. And you can see the woodwork molding all around this, right here in the glass. Would have been nice to see this glass with the name on the front if it had it, but anyway, that's it right there. Just an old bank from 1900, and you know, they put the plaster on the wall up here. This would have been glass too, I think, on the front of the bank, because if you look, there's a hanger right there that would have been window shades, and you'd pull the shades down in front of the window. So this has been boarded up because the glass has been broken, unfortunately. People feel the need to vandalize stuff instead of enjoying the beauty of old things like we do. And yes, we're a tad different. Oh, snake skin. It's old, but it's snake skin, a shed skin there, and if he was there once, he's going to be there twice, maybe, and I don't want to be around him. So here's another spot. Let me show you again. Remember when I told you that there was a kind of like a crawl space, but there's not? See any coins down there? That's the underside. You see there's the vault goes all the way down into the ground, so it's kind of how they built it, you know, so you couldn't dig under it. You couldn't go over the top. You couldn't go underneath. And there's a pile of old bricks right there that they have stacked up from the bank. And I think there may have been like a gas station or something next door. We'll go out this way. Let me grab my stuff and give you guys one more shot of the back side of it. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. I mean, the architectural artwork, I mean, I'm not a brick mason or nothing, but it would be, you know, it just would have been beautiful. I mean, could you imagine dirt roads and, you know, maybe an old Model T riding down the road and a couple wagons? The owner did tell me that there's very few pictures have survived, that he actually had a neighbor that was cleaning out a house and found a picture of an old mule-drawn wagon with an old gentleman sitting on top of a giant log, and he said it was probably like 4 or 5 feet tall, and he was sitting on top of it. So I think it's pretty cool. So let me put this stuff down right here. I'm trying to make shorter videos, and it's not working, is it? Alright. So, you know, we've already been in the town once. We walked around it. Just to refresh your memory. That's the old bank building right there. Okay? And then if you come across the street right here is the old store. Remember that? Okay? The people who built the bank, same people built the store. And I hate to keep, you know, like relive this. We've been through here once, but I wanted to show you how when I was talking about the runners, can you guys see the concrete that goes right down that way? The concrete that goes that way right there. Okay? Then if you look, there's a timber laying across it. That would have been the floor all the way across. You can see a ledge. You see a ledge right there along the edge there. All the timbers would have laid right across there. And look, there's some bars on a door right there. And unfortunately we can't get in here, but the landowner was telling me, the property owner, told me that when he was in there years ago on the plaster wall, there were names and how much, you know, they had credit, and they wrote it on the wall. They wrote the credit on the wall. Mr. Jones bought 2 cents worth of flour or whatever it may have been. And I mean, those are just days gone by. You just won't ever see that anymore. So anyway, I just wanted to show you guys that. We're gonna go out here and maybe try to swing the detector a little bit. It's really hot out here, really humid today. So he also told me that there would have been, the way his map shows, there's several buildings would have been right in here. But you guys can see how high the grass is, unfortunately. So my next step is to ask him if I can come over here with my mower and mow the grass and come in here and try to metal detect it and see. It may not be worth the effort, but then again it may be. It may be worth every bit of the effort. I have walked along the edge here and nothing there, just junk. Pop tabs, bits of iron, sardine cans. So when they came through and made the road, they pushed all that dirt, got pushed back up on the sides, and it's just not working for me. So it's got just gravels all pushed back up on the road, if you can see that. And they got a nice little, where they just came through here and cut it like that. They got a nice little ridge that comes up, and it's, you know, I did find some brick deeper down in there that would have been footers for whatever building was right here next to the bank, you know. So anyways, all right guys, I hope you enjoyed the tour of the inside of the bank and the jailhouse, and I promised you guys I was coming back, and I always try to make good on my promises. I'm going to walk around a little bit with my detector. If I find a good signal, I will turn on the camera and we will dig it up together. I'll let you hear the tones, and we'll dig it up together and we'll be surprised together. If I don't get a signal, well, I'm sorry. But I promise you this, because we have permission, we will come back and I'm going to work on maybe getting permission to mow his grass. And I'll bring a tractor over and I will cut all this down as flush and flat as I can, and we will detect it from one end of the street to the other, from the front of the property to the back. So thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to share my channel with your friends and acquaintances, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles. Like and subscribe. You guys are just so awesome. I mean, it seems like every day I'm getting new subscribers, and I'm excited about it because, again, I want to build the channel. And I've said it before, this is just as much your channel as it is mine. I want to bring the old relics to you. I want to bring the history. It's not about finding tons of silver coins like other channels, although it would be nice. But you got to start somewhere. I want to build the channel, and as I get time to continue metal detecting, I'm going to try to make videos every week, if I can, and put something out there and not just ramble on like I am right now. So anyways, thank you guys again for watching. I love you, I mean it, and we'll see you on the next one.